Previously, we were looking into how product innovation can be done through simulations. Now I'm going to show you how it can be done in Star-Ccm Plus to discover better designs faster. For our current demo, I'm going to consider the example of centrifugal pump. The image at left corner shows a typical pump performance graph, volumetric flow rate versus head. In order to study the pump performance for varying operating conditions, these graphs are highly important for pump manufacturers. One can generate it through experimental test, but using Star-Ccm Plus, the process is much more easier and cost effective. Secondly, we are going to create a design variant and test its performance using Star-Ccm Plus. In our current study, I have modified the hub shape as well as leading edge position of blades and check how it affects pump performance. Since this is a quick process, I am going to show it live using software. Finally, I'll be showing you how automating this design change helps us to identify better pump designs faster. The animation at right corner shows how the design space is being explored by optimization software to create better designs. Virtual prototyping consists of following stages: build, test, assess, and explore the design space. First stage is to create a CAD geometry either in Star-Ccm Plus or external CAD tools and import the files to Star-Ccm Plus. Then we have to mesh it or discretize our domain to run appropriate flow physics. Second stage is testing, where it contains solver generated solution. Then comes our assess stage, where we will be using post-processing tools to validate our results such as pressure, head, power consumed by the pump to check design consistency. In a moment, I'm going to be presenting a live demo. First, I'll be sharing the results of baseline design, then we'll mesh and run the design variant CAD and compare its solution with baseline design. The design change that we have done at assess stage is manual process, but our end goal is to automate this design change to intelligently search the design space to identify better pump designs. Now let us move to Star-Ccm Plus and perform the simulation. We can see a baseline CAD geometry here. This part is volute or casing that encloses impeller with 6 blades. This is a backward curve type blade, so the rotational direction will be anti-clockwise when looked from inlet. This part is inlet and this portion is outlet. Now let us take a look into the pressure plots where we can see the pressure distribution inside the volute. A typical pump case has low pressure at inlet and high pressure at outlet. The blue gradients corresponds to lower pressure near inlet and the orange gradients corresponds to high pressure which are concentrated towards outlet. At right bottom corner is the torque plot. We can see there is high torque gradient near trailing edge of the blade. If we try to reduce this torque, it ultimately means that we are trying to reduce the power consumed by the pump, for which we should perform several design iterations and check its consistency. Let's take a look into the streamline animation plot, where we can see the distribution of velocity gradients inside the pump. Through vector and streamline plots, one can gain insight about flow distribution inside the pump and easily identify the areas to be improved. Pump manufacturers interested to analyze the flow physics inside the pump for every operating conditions. This would be an easy and cost-effective method in comparison with experimental method. Now we will move on to next phase. Here I am going to add the design modified blade profile and perform analysis. The design variant blade profile was originally generated using CF Turbo. So Star-Ccm Plus can communicate with many such third-party tools. Since this is going to be a demo, I'll go for coarser mesh. Let's start the meshing process now. The meshing process in Star-Ccm Plus is fully automated where user can generate mesh with just single click. While the meshing process is going on, I'll go through the difference between baseline and design variant CAD and also about the support provided to perform simulations in Star-Ccm Plus. Seen on the left shows baseline design, while seen on the right, is design variant CAD. When you take a closer look into this CAD geometry, we can see the leading edge position of the blade is altered. Not only the leading edge position, but also the hub shape is altered to suit the blade profile modification. I would like to mention that the following design CAD was not developed through single design iteration. More than 100 iterations were analyzed using design exploration software, where it intelligently searches the design space to create better designs. Once we run the simulation, I'll be showing you how this design modification has reduced the power consumption by pump and also maintaining same mass flow rate and head. Further, I would like to highlight about our support system where we have team of DSC, that is dedicated support engineers, whom you can contact to get clarified on machine practices, physics to be used for various kinds of simulation, and also recommendation for best practices. Now the machine process is done. Let me now show you the comparative results live. Seen on the left is the baseline results. Seen on the right shows the new design results. The basic difference between these two models is, if you take a closer look, you can see the leading edge position is modified. In this scene, the previous values are automatically interpolated onto new CAD. Now I am going to run the simulation to plot results for new CAD. Simulation has started running and you can see the reduction in torque. But still, we have to wait until solution converges. Now let us move back to the presentation. Does anyone have any questions? We will now go to next slide. The baseline model specifications were 38.4 kW of power and 29.2 meter head. Our modified design specifications are 35.3 kW of power and 30.1 meter head. So there is an 8% reduction in power consumed by the pump. I will highlight again that the specified results for design variant CAD were not generated with single design iteration. If we look into the graph, each red dot signifies one design iteration. The designs plotted above blue line consumes high power for the given input, so these designs cannot be accepted. Since our main aim is to create better designs, the designs below blue line, though it runs on low power consumption, but it violates other constraints. After running all the design iterations, design exploration software suggests one best design based on imposed constraints. It is always not compulsory to accept the suggested best design. One can explore all the plotted design iteration and check for consistency such as cost and manufacturing requirements. The plotted designs will be automatically stored by the software. There are other reasons why Star-Ccm Plus is best for these kind of analysis. You can run these design exploration simulations on any kind of hardware from local desktop to clusters. And our licensing is also very flexible in terms of cost and practicality for performing such studies. Virtual prototyping in Star-Ccm Plus gives detailed insight into product's performance, such as performance curve for a pump. One can quickly and cost effectively generate, test and review the design variants to maximize productivity. We can automatically and intelligently search the design space to identify families of high performance designs.